Yeah, and before we get to the video, make sure y'all add a like and subscribe. We're gonna talk spoilers, man. Let's talk spoilers. What's going on, y'all? So Kenobi has finally come to a close. You know, hey, and honestly, with a bang. I wish there was more. Of course I do. Of course I do. Now we're obviously going to be talking about spoilers. So hey, if you have not seen Kenobi yet, man, hey, add a like, subscribe, then come back. Episode 6 of Kenobi, man. I gotta say it, man. I've watched the episode twice already, and then I've watched the fight like 5-6 other times now. It's the fight was amazing. To bring it back to the beginning though, I will say for me, it started very slow. Gives you this weird feeling of urgency, and it's weird because that's not how it feels once you get inside the ship. There's so much non-urgency going on, I guess is the word. But you get a nice little cute scene with Obi-Wan and Leia, and I do like that point. I will say this, for the whole series, do I think we got a little bit, a little too much of Obi-Wan and Leia? A little bit, but it was great. I love seeing them both together. Little Leia, the actress that plays her, is great. That's how I would see how Leia would act, as for sure. So I loved little Leia. Now, do I wish we got a little more screen time with Vader and Kenobi? Of course, but at least I really did like that dynamic of Obi-Wan and Leia. But then we finally get to the conclusion of, yo, Obi-Wan needs to dip because Vader's gonna come after him, and obviously Vader takes the bait. The Grand Inquisitor makes a statement. This is one part I'm like, yo, who the hell does he think he's talking to? The Grand Inquisitor was a little comfortable. I'll say that. Vader has been known to choke a couple people out, so I'm surprised he didn't do that. But anyways, defying his wishes, Vader does the typical thing, goes after Kenobi. And I mean, it does, hinting to the ending, it does show Kenobi's living in Vader's mind rent-free right now, which understandable. Vader just wants to kill him. I mean, after all, he feels that Obi-Wan literally took everything from him. It's crazy. He doesn't blame himself. Then we have Obi-Wan reach out to Qui-Gon. I thought we were gonna get Qui-Gon right then and there, at least a voice, and shockingly we didn't. But we fast forward a little bit to the fight, and they start. And this is what killed me, guys. They cut away. I was a little bummed by it, can't lie. I was like, I don't want to see what's going on right there. We already know that. I mean, Luke's gonna survive. But nonetheless, we cut away, and then we finally get to see Reva beat the hell up. I wish they would have explained how she's, surviving right now, considering she just took another stab in the chest by Vader. I don't understand how she's living through this when, Qui-Gon just died. Probably be explained at some point, I hope. Who knows? But when we finally get back to Vader and Kenobi, this fight now, is it the century? I don't think it beats episode 3 I don't think it beats them at all. And it's definitely my favorite from what we've gotten so far as fights go from Disney Star Wars. It was good. It was really good. Seeing Vader shake the ground too with the Force, it was dope. And then attempt to bury him. I really like seeing Kenobi use some of Anakin's actual tricks, doing the behind the back and all that good stuff. Kenobi coming out and throwing boulders at Vader was actually clean to see. You sometimes forget how powerful Obi-Wan is, especially during the series, especially because he's been so not connected to the Force. But to see him kind of just get back in it and realize, yo, if I don't do this, Leia's dead. Luke might be dead. That fight, man, flashbacks for real to Rebels, and Obi-Wan getting the other side of the mask where you see Hayden's face, man. For me, that was, especially with Hayden, seeing Hayden, because you can tell it's him. Little kid me from 2005 was just on cloud 9, I tell you that. Him giving that line that you didn't kill Anakin, I did, dude. It just, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, they brought it, man. They really brought it for that scene. The delivery on both of their sides was dope. And then the mixture between James Earl Jones and Hayden's voice was, to me, so sick. I as I said, I'm gonna watch that part so many times. There's a lot in this series that I will watch over and over again. That is one of them. I for sure, as I said, I've watched that thing probably already 6 times. It's just such a great scene. I mean, both of them bring it. And then for them to add the details of his eyes being blue and then switching back to the Sith yellow, bro. Oh man, I love that details that they were bringing. And then, man, that yell at the end, it beat them all, yo. I loved it, man. Kenobi! That fight is definitely gonna stick with me through this series. I really can't get that one out my brain. But then you fast forward to Reva chasing down Luke, and then, I mean, this was kind of weird. Like, yes, I get it. You want to hold down your own fort, but yo, what do y'all really expect to do? If Reva wants to kill y'all, she's gonna kill y'all. Just dipset. Brew, she's kind of on the opposite spectrum of what she thinks about Ben, and I really do enjoy that part. I cannot lie. It didn't make too much sense to me. In my opinion, she's coming. You've seen her just be crazy and slice people's hands off already. I would think you're dipping. I would think you want no part of that. You're dipping and seeing what you can do to get linked back up with Ben. Don't think about it too much. But then when Obi-Wan gets there and Reva brings back little Luke, I mean, I guess it does make sense because technically he might have just saw the red. I don't know. They were touching with canon the whole damn time, so I don't know. The last 2 episodes were my favorite parts that they've given us of Reva. I finally feel like they were kind of giving me more development of her character. I wasn't too fond of her. I mean, for me, it was like, oh, cool. But in the last 2 episodes, they really gave you some oomph to her character, and I do like that. Now, I am very excited to get a spinoff series with her. I just think they did kind of put her in a tough spot because, man, I know for me, they marketed it as, a Vader and Obi-Wan series. Well, Vader and Obi-Wan were going to be the main things in this series. And so frankly, I mean, I wasn't too interested in Reva's character. I'll be completely honest with you, but I am looking forward to seeing more of her in the future. But then they sprinkle a little Papa Palps in there, and it was true to form because Palpatine does nothing but fuck with Vader. And for him to throw out, hey, man, what's this with Kenobi? It's a little too much on your mind. Not too much, not too little. It was necessary. And then we get Qui-Gon Jinn. And, I know that messes with canon a lot, but hey, I honestly don't care. The nice line, we have a long way, and I loved it. I loved it. Now, I will be honest, I am a little on the fence about, do I want another season? Because I feel like the more we do, the more we're gonna touch and right up on canon, and I don't know what all you can do without having Vader and Kenobi fight again. If that makes sense, definitely let me know in the comments what you think about that, because I'm curious. I just don't know how much more you can have them fight and it still coincide with canon. I don't know. Now, do I have my gripes with the series? Of course, there's weird stuff. A lot of I gotta say this right now. I do not like the shaky cam. The shaky cam is something else. The hallway that Reva somehow beats Leia and that there's one way in and one way out, and then I don't get it. There's a lot of things, but there was so much good things. I mean, seeing Hayden and Ewan McGregor in the flashback scene, Qui-Gon Jinn, Palpatine, that fight. There's a lot of things that I will definitely carry with me because I really resonate with them, And lastly, let me say this too. One of my favorite things that they did with Vader too, I think he got some of the best character development in this. Some of it was weird, and then 5 and 6 kind of cleared that up for real for me. They made Vader relatable, but still a menace as well. They kind of give you an opening to see that this dude Vader's very messed up. He's not all there. Obviously tormented by Obi-Wan as well, because let's be honest, Obi-Wan is got a mansion in his house, in his head right now. So you kind of get that humanized side of Vader, but at the same time, I mean, look again with Reva, what he did to Reva. He's still a badass, and then only a freaking crazy person says what he says. I killed Anakin. Dude, obviously that wasn't exactly what he said. They still made Vader a badass with also giving him some humanizing traits. So I feel like he was handled very well. I wish we got a little bit more of him. I can't front at all. I don't know what we would get more, but I do want to see more in Hayden. I think he's confirmed for Ahsoka. I'm not 100% sure. With that being said, guys, man, add a comment. Let me know what y'all thought about the series as a whole. Let me know what y'all thought about episode 6 as well. I want to know both. But make sure y'all like and subscribe. All that YouTuber jargon I gotta say. And I'll see you on the next one. Make sure y'all smile from Chi. Keep them thumbs up, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.